Hi, it's Mark Owen from Moose Marks PR and the editor of Punchline magazine. This morning I'm joined by Jason Smith from Marketing Gloucester.
Hello there, Mark. How are you?
Hi, Jason. We're up top of Eastgate Shopping Centre in Gloucester. Can you tell me what's going on here?
Yes, so anybody who's come to Eastgate Shopping Centre will see a big change. You can see that we're in what's called the UK Digital Retail Innovation Centre. I'll just take you up to this area here. What this is a new national centre looking at the future of retail and the high street. I'm sure everybody's read the headlines about there being a bit of carnage on the high street and how there are a lot of difficulties on the high street, and this centre has been set up to deal with those issues and try and look for the solutions for them. So we're standing in one area which is an exhibition space. Now this deals with one issue that retailers have. They want to innovate, but actually in terms of their reputation it can be a risk. If you're testing out a new bit of technology, you're trying something different and you're doing it in your own with your Boots or Superdry or whatever big brand you might be, there's a risk. It can break, it might not work, that will have an effect on your brand. This is a space where retailers can come and test new technologies, press it, break it, see if it can work. So that's one element of it. The other element, I suppose, really, is that we're in a shopping centre. You can see that we've actually upgraded this. It's looking very flash with all the with the lovely units over here. And one of the issues we have is there's about 400 shopping centres of this style around the city, not around the city, around the country, who have problems regarding empty space. We're seeing that's a bit more and more of an issue. There is empty space. What uses can you put that space to? Alternatives to retail. Well, actually, one thing we've demonstrated here with this incubator space is that if you convert it to office space, you can have 6 times the number of people who actually want to take the space as there is space available. That's a very important lesson that we've learned. But that's just an incidental issue. More to the point is actually developing solutions that relate to the high street and retail, and actually training retailers on how they can utilise those to get to their customers. What we have here are individual pods which can be used by organisations which are involved in innovation, which are involved in retail technology, and to come here, it's a classic incubator, classic accelerator, to come in, work together to develop solutions that are going to work on the high street. You can see our rather flashy lines on there as we come along. That sort of whole theme of not quite finished with all the dressing around here. There'll be some lovely vinyl banners going around. Then as you carry on to another pod, which has got alternative use, people can pop in, use it, we've got shared space. We come into a conferencing space. This will have all the bells and whistles with screens and display equipment, and can have 60 in either conferencing or in banqueting style. Now the aim for this space is a number of different things. One is to upskill and train retailers across the county, to enable them to come in to learn about digital skills, to learn about communicating with their customers. Over 50% of people within the retail sector don't communicate with their customers on a weekly basis. They don't know how to do it. We've been working with partners over the last 4 years to do that. We're going to share those learnings. The other element is bringing in national retailers to allow those national retailers to come in and to share those learnings. And that's going to be a really important thing for those businesses who are involved in it. The next area we have here, which I'll bring in, is, oops, I got more lights in here, but this is shared workspace. So one of the elements, particularly I think in terms of retail areas, in terms of the way that people are working now, is they want shared workspace. They want to be able to come in a nice environment, a bit like a cafe, be able to have some spaces where they can pop up and use a meeting room, which they can book by the hour, and this space is giving that as well. All of this is really indicative about trying to find solutions for the problems facing retail and town centres. It is a migration, but the difference about it is this is a migration that's happening much quicker than it has at any other time. It's driven by technology and driven by the way that people are interacting with businesses and with the high street. And what we're hoping here as a national centre is we'll be able to provide some of those solutions and those insights into the future that can be replicated and scaled across the country.
And of course it's a UK first.
It's a UK first, once again, in Gloucester. And a UK first that already has been developing products that are rolling out across the country. So we're immensely proud about this and very thankful to G First Let for having the faith in us and putting the money behind us.
That's great, Jason. Always nice to meet you. Thank you very much.
Lovely to see you as well, Mark.